Hey everyone, we've got another video here for you today. Today's video is on cuts. So last time we talked about screens. So we're kind of continuing our series here on some of the primary actions that you can do as an offensive player when you don't have the ball. So let's dive into the film. Okay, so let's start first with the definition of what a cut is. So a cut is a quick, decisive movement by an offensive player to free himself up from a defender. So you're moving in a particular direction. It can be towards the hoop, it can be away from the hoop. But the main thing here is that you are making that move to get away from your defender. Okay, because we want to lose our defender. We want to create some space from them, right? That's how we get shots, how we get open shots, how we free up our other teammates as we set screens, we make cuts. Those are the things that we can do. So um, I've got here a video. Um, got here a video of the Kings Lakers game that we were looking at a little while ago, last video. And as you can see here, we've got a ball handler here, number 5. That's Fox. He's got the ball. And as I roll the video here at half speed, you're going to see, pause it. He's got all 5 defenders looking straight at him. He's got 10 eyeballs on him. They are all focused on this ball handler. They're all still in good help position. They're off their man. They're in a position to help if there's a move by Fox that gets himself into the paint. If he's able to beat his defender, these guys are in help position to be able to cut the drive off. So what Fox is going to do here, as you see, as we roll this forward, he's going to make a move. All right, and as he makes that move, he gets cut off. He can see he has, and you can see he has nowhere to go with this ball. He really is not going to be able to get a very good clean shot off. Now his teammate back here, you can see this guy. He's already starting in motion here. What he saw just a second ago. Let me rewind it just a little bit. Right before he started moving, what he saw here is he saw his defender with his head turned towards the ball handler, and he can't see his offensive player anymore. So this offensive player is looking at his defender. He notices his defender can't see him. So he makes the brilliant decision here to make a cut towards the basket. So when I roll this, you're going to see Fox is going to take another dribble or two to his right, and this Kings player here is going to make this cut right towards the rim. He's going to be wide open because number 12 never sees him moving. He's gonna get an open pass from Fox right here through this hole and be able to get a nice lay in. So let's watch it here at half speed. You see here Fox makes another dribble, makes a nice pass, and there he goes. I'm gonna rewind it and show it to you one more time at half speed just so you can appreciate the beauty of this cut. Sees that his defender isn't looking at him, makes the cut, pass, easy lay in. Now, cut doesn't necessarily have to be a move quite like the one that you just saw. That one was a really nice cut, nice backdoor cut is what they call that, because that player is coming from the weak side. Um, a cut can also come off of a screen, and screens we just saw last week can get a player wide open by stopping that defender in their tracks. Well, what happens when you combine a screen and a cut together? So what I've got up here on the screen as another play diagram. This one's showing a screen made by the point guard, number 1, freeing a defender up for a cut to the hoop, receiving a pass. So I'll put this thing in motion in a second, but let me explain what we got here. So the point guard, number 1 here, is bringing the ball down. That's why he's got the circle around him. He's going to make a pass to number 2, come around, set a screen on the defender for number 3 here. Now number 3, like we showed last week, is going to set this defender up well by running up into him, creating a little bit of contact, getting kind of physical with him. And then as the screen is set, he can kind of force his defender right into that screen, right where he wants him, and then make that cut towards the hoop. Now, when he does that, number 2 is going to be able to hit him wide open for a basket. He's going to be able to hit him on this cut. Number 3 is going to be able to take a shot uncontested. So let me show this thing in motion. You can kind of see what I mean. So number 1 makes the pass. Number 2 curls around, sets the screen on the back side of number 3's defender so that he can cut around it, receive a pass from number 2, and again, easy lay-in. Let's see this thing in action in a real-life NBA. All right, so here we go. Now, you may not believe me, but it's true. I actually I drew that play up on the last screen with that before I opened up this clip, and what you're about to see is almost exactly what I drew up. So if I start this rolling here, you're going to see player number 13 here. He's going to kick the ball up here to number 5, Fox, who's going to wave off a screen from Sabonis because he's got something different in mind. He's going to curl around here as I pause it, just so I can talk ahead of it a little bit. He's going to set this screen on the backside of this player here, on this defender, allowing the player here on the wing to make a cut straight towards the hoop. Okay, now he's not going to quite get the lane because you're going to see the help side defender is going to do a good job of closing the play off. But it's a beautiful cut, and I wanted to show it to you anyway because a lot of times this does end up being quite open for a lay-in. So as I roll it here, you're going to see he's going to make this screen. He's got a good angle on it. Might have been a moving screen, but he gets away with it. Makes the cut towards the hoop, receives the pass, and kicks it out. Doesn't take the shot there, but he's able to drive in. And I cut the video off, I think, a little bit prematurely there because I'm pretty sure he missed the lay-in. But the general idea stands. I'm going to roll it one more time just so you can see it one more time here. See this good cut. So I'm going to pass the ball around after he waves off the screen. Curls around, sets the screen on the backside of the defender. And I want you to notice one more thing here before I let it roll all the way through. Watch this offensive player on the wing here. As he comes in to accept this screen, watch what he does. He doesn't just start running straight around the screen as soon as it's set. He comes in, closes the gap on his defender so that the defender has less room to come around the screen. Again, good screen principles like we talked about last week. As an offensive player, you got to close that gap. That way you can make the move around the screen easier. Now, after he does that, after he receives a good screen, he makes a very nice cut to the basket. Receives the pass, doesn't quite have the space for the lay-in, but again, a good basketball play. All right, I've got one more for you, a little bonus coverage. So this is a beautiful example of a cut that probably shouldn't work on paper, but it works because the defender is a little bit caught off guard by the movement here. So I'm gonna show this at full speed, and then I'm gonna talk over it. Okay, so we got a ball inbounds. We're gonna work it around the wing. Quick pass again, and a cut in the basket. Now, let's play that again a little bit slower so that I can talk over it a little bit easier. Okay, so we've got that quick pass in. Okay, and we're gonna work the ball right around the perimeter here. We've got a handoff. Pause it right here. Okay, so he hands it off, which in effect becomes a screen at the same time. Now you can see the defender here is on this offensive player's hip. Okay, so this defender is already in trouble. Now this offensive player, as he comes around this, probably could have, and a lot of players would have, just taken the dribble and tried to get as far into the paint as they could here, and it probably would have resulted in a really tough shot because these two defenders would have been in pretty good position to be in help position and make a play on the ball. Now, because he passes the ball here to Sabonis, these two defenders immediately register Sabonis is the new ball handler. He's the threat. Okay, so they are still flat-footed. Okay, they are not making a move on this ball handler the previous ball handler who is moving quick because he's gotten rid of the ball. So as I roll it here, you're going to see these two defenders are going to stay flat-footed just a tick too long. They're going to stay in that position just a little bit too long because they register Sabonis as the threat, even though what Sabonis sees instantly is he's going to give this ball right back to this player who's making this nice cut towards the hoop. All right, so you see here, tosses it right back. And one! Nice bucket. One more time, let's rewind this thing. Just so you can see it in all of its glory. Handoff, pass, shoveled it right back to the hoop. Beautiful. Okay, so to summarize, I've got up here a play diagram again. we want to make cuts either towards or away from the hoop to free ourselves up from defenders, so that we can receive a pass, do something with it. Okay. Now, as I said earlier in the video and pointed out in some of the clips from the NBA games, most of the time this comes because the defender either gets screened out of the play and a player can make a cut towards or away from the hoop, or their defender kind of falls asleep on it on the play, or they get caught off guard by some sort of movement by the offensive player that allows them to make that cut and free themselves up for the play. So if you're a player and you're standing out here on the court like this, maybe you're on the weak side, like number 3 or number 5. In other words, they're on the side of the court, this side of the court that doesn't have the ball. The ball's over here with number 1. Um, be looking at your defenders. Okay, see where their heads turn, see where their body's positioned. Are they in position to cut off a pass? Are they in position to see you move if you make a cut towards the hoop? Okay, those are the best ways to that is the best way to play basketball when you're an off-ball player, is to be paying attention to everything else that's going on the floor, understanding where everybody's at, and understanding what your defenders are looking at, so that you can make the right move for your offense in order to score. All right, so that was cuts. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'd love to take some questions and answer them in a future video. I've got some other videos here coming up. We're going to be talking about some other basketball actions, things like box outs, how to drive the basketball so that you don't get the ball stripped from you, things like that. Maybe even some defensive things as well. So stay tuned. There'll be some more stuff coming out. Thanks, everybody.